Frank Bolling is very much a painter, is someone who has committed all his life to working in the studio, working initially with oils and then primarily with acrylic paint, but also embedding all sorts of different objects into his work. And as you move across time, you will start finding acrylic foam and all sorts of other items that suddenly found their way under the skin of the film, of the paint. Yeah, one could say that in a way, Frank's work very much reflect the open quality of his personality. In a way, all sorts of different ideas, intellectual thinking, personal experiences, but also political and historical development seems to come and be included into his work. There is a sort of openness to all events and accidents in life that very much make their way into the work. These are incredible work for the way in which they've been executed, mixing acrylic paint with acrylic gel, which a gel is a substance similar to paint, but doesn't have any pigment, so it's colorless. And what it does, it creates this body, this relief quality, but also it adds a greater luminosity to the work. We can see how it dragged this mixture of paint and gel across with a spatula, creating these incredible three-dimensional elements on the canvas. It was certainly very much affected by particular political events in the 60s. For example, he made a series of openly political painting, and later, in the late 60s, he started opening more to painting that depicted continental forms. And while he would never discuss these pictures just being about politics, they are very much about colors and forms as much as politics. There is a sense that we are looking at a history of identity as shaped by displacement. And in a way, I don't want people to get something specific. I want them to find their own reckoning with the work, their own very personal journey and experience. I mean, these works are pools of colors that in a way draw you in. They remind us of different temperature, different senses of place, and I think each one of us can have, his or her own personal journey.
Well, he's quite a complex man. He's extremely hardworking. He goes to the studio every day at the age of 85. He's always been completely committed, perhaps to the exclusion of other things. He's a family man, but his first preoccupation is making paintings. I would think he would say to be in the world is to be involved in politics in some way, to be conscious of politics. His early works were concerned with major political events in the world, the legacy of slavery and racism in contemporary society. But although those themes are there, his main interest is in paint and how paint works on the canvas. So then I think when you walk into the room with the poured paintings and you see the innovation there, personally I feel they're in a great connection with those. And obviously Benjamin's Mess, it's got my name in it, so what's not to like about that? It's not bad, you think?
I think the title needs some work.
You can see from the painting that there's this sort of exuberance of colour and light, and so for Frank it was always, Benjamin's Mess was always a byword for trying to achieve something superlative, the biggest and the best, and I think that's what he's trying to do here, demonstrate his ability in making paintings that kind of leap out off the page, off the canvas, and speak to the viewer.